Greenwood District Stadium in Tulsa, Oklahoma, as the Desperados, fresh off a victory over Queen City, play host to the Sioux Falls Sparrows, still searching for their first victory of season 16. It should be a good one. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Colin Northrup. My color analyst is Rick Northrup.
Good afternoon.
Jacob Clear is our statistician. Cameron Irvine, executive producer. For Sioux Falls, after scoring a combined 10 points through the first 2 weeks of the season, exploded out of the gate for 38 in a 41-38 loss to Mexico City. Let's hope they can get back on track here against JQ and Gabriel Manning and the rest of the Desperados. That's being called by Gunnar Lewis. And the veteran wide and the third-year wide receiver makes his selection. And we're just minutes away from kickoff now.
We'll see, Colin, about the curious case of Julian Tyree. Stats are not what we're used to seeing from him. See if we can get on track a little better here today.
Maxwell Pollock to kick off. To Gabriel Manning, who fields it from his own 2-yard line. Up the middle he goes. Spin moving down at the 27. And out comes JQ, fresh off his first career SFL win last week. The 6'5", 245-pounder, picked in the first round, number 5 overall. Throwing for a fifth best average of 301 yards per game. He starts his drive under center. First play of the game. Back to throw, a quick drop. Outcut to Gabriel Manning, who gets knocked down after pickup of 5. 2nd and 5. For Manning, he's flanked out there by fellow receivers Corey Jones and DJ Hume, along with tight end Jason France, halfback Sanzo Robinson, center Finley James, and offensive guard Michael Potter. We'll get to the Sioux Falls defense. They return all their veterans from their runner-up finish in the SFL championship game a year ago, as Sanzo Robinson gets his first carry and picks up 2 yards. That'll set up a 3rd down and 3 as Cam Fosby, the defensive tackle, makes the stop. Fosby is flanked on the defensive line by defensive ends James Kelly and Jonathan Camp. Jose Fuentes, Alex Parker, and Nick Fargo are the linebackers. John Barnhart and Terrell Davis are the corners. Safeties are Jay Ringgold, Nathan Barrett, and A.J. Levy. As Q fires one deep down the field, it's caught. The 36-yard line for the first down. That is Corey Jones.
Nice catch. And your analyst's favorite play, a nice throw downfield over the middle. By the way, Tulsa's uniforms, to me, look pretty tough. I think they're out here to make a statement in those. Colin?
A big pass play down the field gets him to the 36, and Robinson will pick up yards. He'll pick up 2 more to the 35 for the Sioux Falls Sparrows on defense. They're giving up 269 passing yards per game. That's 12th best. Their rush defense is 10th overall at 91 yards a game. But Tulsa definitely likes to throw the ball as JQ is back to throw for another pass. Deep in the field. This is tipped, drilled, intercepted. And it is ran back the other way.
Ran? He ran so far away.
By Terrell Davis, who caught it off the deflection. Pass intended for DJ Hume.
Just a narrow window, and that's pretty far downfield, and you've got to be accurate with that, and it cost him. The completion was there to be made, but it needed to be a very specific spot on the field.
Specific indeed. And here's Tyree under center. Has only 2 passing touchdowns all the year so far. 9 interceptions. Quarterback rating of just over 56. And his first pass is nearly intercepted by Karen Shaw. Pass intended for A.J. Warren, incomplete. Let's introduce you to the Sioux Falls attack. Julian Tyree's the quarterback, number 10. Colin Hart's the halfback. Jermaine Cornelius, the only rookie on this team. He's at fullback, picked in the first round. He lines up in front of Colin Hart. We'll get to the rest of the starters after this play, which is a Colin Hart handoff, sweeping wide, and he loses 3 yards. Tackle for a loss made by Chris Andrews, number 52. For Sioux Falls on offense, they have wide receivers A.J. Warren, Gunnar Lewis, Al Dillapre Sr., Noel Terrasis is the tight end, and guard is Rusty Wilson, number 76. Empty backfield for Julian. Quick drop. Has to get rid of it and does, but it's incomplete. And just like that, it's a quick 3 and out for Sioux Falls following the interception off of Q.
Well, the defense makes a play and the offense can't do much with it. Tulsa breathes a sigh of relief as they'll get the ball back again, Colin, and they'll start all over again.
The punt is away, and Manning will fair catch this one just at their 38-yard line. That's where they'll mark it. Judah Dorgan is the place kicker for Tulsa when they do get into field goal range. For JQ, he's trying to make up for his mistake on the last drive as he threw a ball that was tipped into the hands of Terrell Davis and intercepted. Q. Back to throw, fires over the middle, complete to Manning. Manning will pick up 6 yards on the play. Tackle made, combo tackle by Nick Fargo as well as Barnhart on the play.
Manning alertly runs his route and cuts underneath the dropping linebackers for a nice little completion, 2nd and 4, Colin.
Offset formation. Jason France, the rookie tight end drafted, is in the game as Sonzo Robinson gets his best carry today, gets it into Sioux Falls territory, and they mark him down at the 49, good enough for a first.
Early run-pass mix right there. Let's see if they can get Sioux Falls guessing a little bit as this drive progresses.
There's Q, one of a handful of rookie quarterbacks starting throughout the league. This guy's put up big numbers in terms of yards, but turnovers have been a problem.
Well, he's got his one out of the way already, so maybe that'll be it.
Throws it out to Manning. He picks up 3 yards on the outcut. That'll be 2nd and 7. They'll mark the ball at the 46. For Q last week, he was 23 of 38 for 202 yards, threw 1 touchdown and one interception. Sonzo Robinson, 19 carries, 78 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns. Also caught 5 balls for 26 yards. Robinson gets the carry here, and he loses 2 yards back to the 48 to set up a 3rd and 9. Alex Parker there to clean up the mess.
Sioux Falls brings their linebackers up tight to play the run, and it pays dividends as they get some penetration in the backfield. There was a little extracurricular pushing and shoving there at the end of the play. Connor, keep an eye on that as well.
Desperados convert only 40% on 3rd down coming in for Sioux Falls. They just give up a little over 49%, and that 3rd down is converted as they throw to Manning for the first down.
Yeah, speaking of tight windows, let's take another look at this. He threads the needle that time. Nice play, fresh set of downs.
Manning had 5 catches for 43 yards last week. As we take a look at Q's numbers, he's up to 57 in a pick. Robinson in the backfield with Buffalo Marshall. Slot receivers Jones, outside is Manning. Back to throws Q, throws slot Jones, pick up a 5.
Well, you know, you got that little 3-step drop, and the ball has to come out, and the clock in my head was going off as he was still hanging on to it. But he's able to get the pass off, Colin.
Second and 5. Early numbers for Robinson. 9 yards on 4 carries with a long of 7. That's 2.3 yard average. It's still early. Q is 6 of 7. Turns, gives to Robinson again. And picked up the first down. Him just a chest hair short as the ball is spotted at the 26.
Looked like he was going to fall forward for enough for the first. And Sioux Falls, here we go. They're stepping up again. They're expecting a run.
8 in the box. Q gives to Robinson. Easily picks up the first down, but gets his clock cleaned in the process by number 56 for the Sparrows, Briggs Barkowski, backup inside linebacker. And then Matador first and 10 at the 24, and Tulsa continues to drive. Over under in this game, 51.5. Spread is Tulsa is favored by 3.
Yeah. You know, on that last run, Robinson made it look easy, but he needed some skills there to avoid some penetration.
Here, quick throw over the middle, slant caught by Jones. He picks up 9.
Gave him the old Matthew McConaughey, flat Matthew side move. But 2nd and 1. Don't look now, boys and girls, but we got to drive for the Desperados.
Third catch of the day for Jones for 44. Robinson will lose. Will get stopped the line of scrimmage for no gain. Parker in on the stop along with Fuentes. Set up a 3rd and 1 at the 15.
One play to rule them all on this drive. Otherwise, the aforementioned kicker will make his first appearance.
They've converted all 3 of the 3rd downs so far. They line up with 3 men in the backfield and a rookie from Portugal changing the play at the line of scrimmage. It's a handoff. The Sons of Robinson easily picks up the first down to the 13. Tackle made by Nick Fargo.
Most critical play of the drive right there, at least up until the next most critical play of the drive. Keep our eyes on a little deception here, Colin.
Press coverage from the Sparrows on these 3 wide receivers of the Desperados. It'll be a handoff to Sons of Robinson, who finds good running room down to the 7. It was 2nd and 4.
Who needs a trickeration when you could just hand it to Robinson, right?
This guy has definitely earned his living. That's now his 9th carry for 25 yards. There's Jay Ringgold, number 24. This is a veteran, experienced grip on defense, particularly at the linebacker position. Here's to give to Robinson again. Breaks the tackle, and Sons of Robinson, he got a first down, but not a touchdown, as he's knocked down at the 2-yard line by A.J. Levy.
I forgot to make my obvious comment. They can still get a first down without scoring. And they did. Take this moment to remind everybody the Rick Meter is in the house. Rick Meter is carefully watching these early possessions to get a read and a prediction on who will actually win the game.
Again, Sons of Robinson finished the job. He's the 3rd man in the backfield as they have a fullback and a reserve tight end in front of him. Here to get to Robinson on the power play, and he gets in for the touchdown. Sons of Robinson scores, and the Desperados take an early 6-0 lead.
Unlike all of his earlier carries in this drive, Colin, Robinson doesn't run the ball. He sachets or saunters in. Oh, there's a little block. I'll just go over here. He's got it.
For Sonzo Robinson now. A rushing touchdown. That's only his third of the year. And he had 2 last week. So Sonzo's starting to find his groove in the rushing department. Extra point by Judah Dorgan. Is up and good. So with 1:55 to go in the first quarter, Tulsa leads 7-0 over the Sparrows of Sioux Falls. Dorgan set to kick this one away. Back deep is A.J. Levy. And he'll down this one, and the ball will come out to the 20. A little bit of series history for those not familiar. These teams have met 6 times. Sioux Falls has won 5 out of 6. And Tulsa has won the only meeting when they've hosted Sioux Falls. So history a little bit on the side of the Desperados at the moment. For the Sparrows, they have a little figuring out to do. Julian Tyree will fire over a little one-handed catch by Noel Terraces. What a catch. And that's good for a first down.
And an early let's go, boys play out of the receiver.
What a catch, Rick.
Indeed. Reminds me of myself back in the day when I would watch other guys make one-handed catches then as well.
Dillapre in the slot as Tyree rolls out, has room and finds Gunnar Lewis for a pickup of 5. Don't see the rollout.
I was just going to say, when was the last time we saw a rollout in one of our games, Colin? I am totally loving that.
Tyree, one of the more mobile quarterbacks in the league, has been known to take off on a quarterback sneak from time to time. Here he is under center, turns, gives a hard second carry, and Colin Hart has the still in the backfield. He's on his way down the sideline. 30, 20, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Touchdown, Sioux Falls. Colin Hart explodes out of a cannon.
Wow. Even Denver, we brought Denver with us down to Oklahoma today, and he's excited. Everybody's getting into the act. What a beautiful run. And he's got some speed, Colin. It looks like they might have had an angle on him right there. No, he just runs past everybody. Nicely done.
Runs past indeed, and that is the that is a 63
Really?
yard touchdown run.
Nice. Well, that's going to bring us all back to even, assuming this PAT is successful, Colin.
And the extra point is good. So with 46 seconds left to go in this very first quarter, now we're all tied up at 7.
And the Rick Meter staff is the staff in the Rick Meter is curious and flummoxed. They were preparing, drafting some readings, but we're back to even.
So after a 14-play, 66-yard scoring drive for the Desperados, Sioux Falls comes right back, and in 3 plays, 80 yards, they score the last 63 by Colin Hart as Gabriel Manning returns it up to the 23.
Well, can Tulsa respond? You know, Sioux Falls mucked up the possession at the INT when they had the opportunity this time.
There's the early numbers for Robinson, 11 carries, 29 yards.
Hart says no doubt.
Q back to throw again, fires over the middle, complete underneath the Manning for a pickup of 5.
There's taking what they're given because I'm working for a living. Huey Lewis says he loves that play. As once again he crosses underneath the dropping linebacking crew for a nice gain. Ooh.
Draws him offside, and the throw in the middle is complete to the reserve, to Jason France, and they'll most likely take the completion.
Absolutely.
And decline the penalty.
Boy, the Sioux Falls defense was trying to throw a little monkey wrench at Tulsa, Colin, and they must have their communication all mucked up as they option out of the initial formation into something else, and I didn't see who it was that wandered across the line, but it all goes.
They call it on Cam Fosby.
Did they? It all goes awry.
And that'll most likely be the last play of the quarter. No, they get it out just before time expires, and Sanzo Robinson explodes to the Sioux Falls 42 for a first down.
Wow.
So as we take a look at the replay, that's some great blocking up front, held by great stiff arm. Tackle made by Barnhart. That's the end of the first quarter. We're all tied up at 7. Welcome back to Greenwood District Stadium in Tulsa. As we start the second quarter of play, JQ feeling a little confident. His ball club is tied up at Sioux Falls at 7 apiece. And the ball 1st and 10 on the 42. And this play will be a pass to Robinson, who lost a yard going out of bounds. And you see the early numbers for Q so far, just a 1 incompletion, as he is now 11 of 12 for 106 with the 1 interception. Here's Q in the shotgun with 3 wide receivers. He's back to throw against the heavy blitz. Ducks out of it. And then they'll say it's incomplete as it hits the defensive lineman, number 94, Sioux Falls, James Kelly. So
he was so lucky to get that away to save the sack yardage. Hey, while we've got a little break here, visit the all-new SFL League website at simulationfl.net for info on how to create a player, to join our community, the league, and the teams that play in it, links to apparel, helmets, and a comprehensive history of the SFL. It's over 1,400 games, and it's thousands of players who have hit the virtual field. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy.
The throw over the middle is complete, and that is the first catch of the day. Say a big welcome to DJ Hume. Number 15 makes the big catch over the middle on his second target of the day. That's good for a pickup of 13 and a first down. Combo tackle by Levy and Davis.
Hats off to the Tulsa receiving corps. They are finding a few gaps in the Sioux Falls secondary, Colin.
Under center is Q. Back for another pass. Fires this out to Gabriel Manning. He picks up 7 yards. And for Manning, he's caught all 6 balls thrown his way. Set up a 2nd and 3, pickup of 7. Q is now 13 of 15 for 126. Let's see what they do here. They line up with 3 tight ends, including the fullback as an extra wing. Sanzo breaking 2 tackles and picks up the first down to the 16, as he had some beautiful blocking there on that play, Rick.
Indeed, and it occurs to me the scoreboard says we're tied, but it was really the one big run from Hart for Sioux Falls to get their points on the board, and this is the second nice little progressive drive by Tulsa.
41 yards now for Sanzo. Pass attempt number 16 for Q. Fires. Manning almost has a first down. They say he's just inches short. Meanwhile, on the FTF Twitch channel, as we're into the third quarter, the Fort Worth Toros are in front of the Houston Hyenas 16-0. This coming after a week the Hyenas threw for over 500 yards and 4 touchdowns.
That's a monster output.
As Robinson picks up the first down, nearly scores, but gets smacked down at the 3-yard line. And, Sanzo was feeling that one as he laid on the ground for an extra half a beat.
Maybe just catching his breath. After that, he was rocked for his troubles of picking up the first down.
Again, they go 3 tight ends and the fullback. Here's to get to Robinson on the trap, and this time he'll be stopped at the line of scrimmage for no gain. You see the average for Sanzo. Although he's busted quite a few big runs on this drive.
Sioux Falls is ready for that. And why not? Everybody in the stadium knows they were going to give it to Sanzo. They may give it to him again here.
That's their tendency out of this formation so far, unless they can cross them up with a pass. That'll be a Sanzo Robinson handoff, and he scores again. Touchdown, Tulsa, as he moons the defense.
Another sachet into the end zone after a bunch of tough running earlier in the drive.
It's now 13-7 as Sanzo Robinson has 2 short jaunts. First one from 2, and now this one from 3 yards out. So after having 2 rushing touchdowns through the first 4 weeks, he already has that total matched as we are just 8 minutes into this quarter. That was a 12-play, 77-yard drive, capped by that 2-yard rushing touchdown by Sanzo Robinson.
You meant to say 8 minutes to go. I know what you meant. Precisely 8 minutes left in the second quarter.
One little other housekeeping note is Sioux Falls is about to get this ball back on a kickoff. Colin Hart came into this game 37 yards away from career number 9,000 for his career. This is a guy who's been in the league 6 years. With that last 63-yard run, he got it in style. So congratulations, Colin Hart. You are now a member of the 9,000-yard club.
That's awesome.
As A.J. Levy, the veteran return man, who's been here from Sioux Falls since the beginning, his 11th year in the league, returns that one up to the 28.
Back on Hart for a second. That 66-yard
63.
63-yard carry. That's a pretty run. And there's a whole pack of those in that 9,000-yard mark.
Tyree fires it out to Hart, who's a pretty good receiver out of the backfield. He picks up 5 yards here for his troubles. To set up a 2nd and 5.
It's always good if you can throw to someone coming out of the backfield. That seems to be one of the especially more stressful events for defense here in the SFL. And the teams that can do that effectively.
Only Hart's 14th reception out of the backfield this season. He had 13 coming in. Now he gets number 15, and he throws a spar to boot as he's a couple of yards short of the sticks. He picked up 3 there to the 36. 4 the Tulsa Desperados. We haven't introduced them on defense yet. Defensive end Chris Andrews, along with Berto Demora, who's 2.5 sacks away from 30 for his career. Espen Real, the 10th year linebacker, said this year will be his final season. Joel Ritter and TJ Madison are the other backers. As Hart picks up a first down and a lot more. And number 23, Jose Torres, had to make the touchdown saving hit there at free safety.
I was just thinking, Colin, after the 2 passes to Hart out of the backfield, is it all Hart on that particular set of downs? Will they hand it to him on 3rd and short? And they do for a nice gain.
Nate Hetzlep and Julian Veldery are the corners. Cameron Cameron Shaw as well. Torres is the free safety, and Ricky Thornton is the strong safety. Tyree fires it out to Lewis.
Yeah, not much to write home about on that one.
He picks up 3 yards. Tackle made by Shaw. There's a couple rookies on this defense. Ritter, an outside linebacker, was picked in the 3rd round. Valerie was also picked in the 3rd round as well. Number 55 overall. And Torres was picked in the 2nd round at pick 19 in that round. Real has been in the league 10 years. He said this year will be his final season as this 2nd and 7 carry will actually lose Colin Lauder a yard. Chris Andrews leading the charge to bring down the shifty back.
That time the Tulsa defense, Colin, overloaded the tight end side of the formation, and that's where they were running. And even though they pulled a guard on that play and had the tight end in for a blocker, they did not have the man-on-man advantage as Tulsa equaled it.
They go empty backfield this time. Quick drop. Tyree flings it over the middle, just out of the diving reach of Gunner Lewis.
The ref was going to catch that one.
And the Sparrows will be forced to punt again.
I guess so. I mean, they're at midfield. It's too bad. Ooh.
And they nearly get the rush on. And the return is down in the end zone for a touchback. The ball will come out to the 20.
Did you notice Colin had 2 desperados? Almost had a free run to the punter. They just couldn't get there in time.
The Desperados have to be feeling a little confident now. They're up by a touchdown. Their defense just got to stop.
And they've got 2 sturdy drives to their credit, which has got to give them a lot of confidence in their playbook and their game plan for the day.
Q thought about rolling out, but instead fires down the field, and Jose Fuentes swats at that one, knocks it out of the way. 2nd and 10.
Q probably would have been able to make a nice gainer if he'd have just tucked it away and hit the sideline. But at the last minute, he thought there was a window open.
There's Manning, 7 grabs on 7 targets for 49 yards for him today. He's also the general manager of this Tulsa team. He works in the front office. Sanzo picks up about 3 yards. They're calling it.
You think he wears a shirt and tie underneath his uniform? Mr. Executive and player? I'm just asking.
Well, I bet he has one ready to go in his locker.
I'm sure he does.
Sets up a 3rd and 7. Desperados, they have been just about perfect on 3rd down. 5 of 5. And they'll go 6 for 6 as a beautiful catch is made by the wide receiver, number 88.
And Colin, that was one of those.
Cedric Davis.
I'm not sure if they had 4 or 8 people in the pattern, but that was one of those everybody go out for a pass. The pump fake works. And they get another 1st down.
Again, they got 3 tight ends. Q sees something at the line, steps out, and changes the play. Turn, trap play to Robinson up the middle. He gains 3 yards. Nothing fancy, but they keep moving the ball forward. Tackle made by Jose Fuentes.
They might have been trying to run to the outside, Colin, and with the way that defense was tied up at the line, maybe just go right at it. And that turns out to be a decent call. 2nd and 7, I guess.
15 of 18 is Q, 144 yards. And 1 interception is only blemish so far. 2nd and 7, Q back to throw over the middle, complete to Manning, but we have a flag down on the play. It might be some interference, but Manning still caught the ball good enough for 1st down. We'll have to see.
Could have been a hold, too. Let's see. Nope.
It is defensive pass interference.
Like magic, Colin.
On Fuentes, and Tulsa declines the penalty.
Like the Magic Man. I'm going to go with Diablo Chicken. The first down for Tulsa. 2 in the backfield.
Sonzo Robinson, another carry for him and another 3-yard gain. Clicking along at about that 3-yard average. I figured as long as he's going forward, Coach Dion Hawkins has to be really happy with that.
What do our stats people say on Sanzo's number of carries and yards?
According to the latest numbers, that's now 18 carries for Sanzo for 57 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Those numbers prepared by?
Prepared by Jacob Clear, cornerback and defensive coordinator of the San Diego Mavericks.
Thank you so much.
As Gabriel Manning hauls that pass in to set up a 3rd and 2 at the 48.
3-2.
Here's Q, fires! Oh, he was hit as he throws, but completes it to Robinson, who gets it for the first down to the 46.
He's hit as he throws. It's a terrible pass as a result. Robinson, you know, if you're an athlete, you're an athlete, right? Spins around, makes a one-handed catch behind his momentum, gathers it in.
And Robinson is a veteran player. He's been in Tulsa 6 seasons. Before that, he was in Baltimore. And this time he gets the handoff up the middle, picks up 5. We've reached the 2-minute warning. This is the Simulation Football League on Twitch. Tulsa in front, 14-7. Out of the 2-minute warning, there's Jay Ringgold. Free safety. Nickelback is Barrett. Here is to get to Robinson up the middle, and he chugs ahead for another 2-yard pickup to set up a 3rd and 3. That's the thing, Rick, about all these 3rd downs. For the most part, they're pretty manageable. They're not putting themselves in advantageous situations.
I think you're right. There's a lot of things that are going right on offense for Tulsa. And the Rick meter has taken notice of that, and this just in, the Rick meter is leaning Tulsa.
Now they go pair slot Manning in the slot. Instead, they go underneath to Corey Jones, and he picks up the first down. And Jones now has 50 yards on 4 grabs, including that long of 30 that was his very first catch.
And for those of you who are interested in the Rick meter, the neon package is on board today. And once the sun goes down, we'll light that puppy up.
Here another throw out to Jones, and he picks up a first down, gets out of bounds at 22. Clock stops at 104. Jake Hugh continues his sizzling start.
Wow. And not necessarily the last thing Sioux Falls wants to have happen, but in that bottom rank order is Tulsa putting some more points on the board here right before the half.
Split backs behind Q. France, the tight end, lined up next to the left tackle. Here to throw out to Sanzo, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it's crunched.
Okay, who's with me on that? What?
By Fargo.
Sorry about that, Colin. There's like lots of guys open downfield, and they just swing it out. And there's that little dipsy-do where the receiver, in this case Sanzo, actually has to run backwards a little bit to go forward and gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Now he's the single back in the backfield as they go at Hume in the slot. Q throws it out to Sanzo this time. A better pass, but similar result.
Only 3 men to beat.
Called with 55 seconds left. Judah Dorgan is an able and willing field goal kicker.
Yeah, well, and this is, don't get me started. Well, it's too late. It's another blog post or TED Talk. As OCs or coaches, more often than not, or with surprising frequency, outthink themselves once they get into the red zone or approach the red zone. Their play call.
They're intent to go underneath to Manning. He only picked up 5. They needed 10, but that sets them up with an easy field goal for Judith Oregon.
Tulsa's been going up and down the field the whole first half, and then they get down here close, and they blow themselves up with questionable play calling.
Judith Oregon, he's made 8 field goals out of 8 attempts. This one is spotted just...
Let's call it 24, 34-yard attempt.
It could be. It might be. It is automatic from 34 yards.
Ding, 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 ding.
And now we have a 10-point lead with under 40 seconds to go. And for Sioux Falls, apart from one 63-yard touchdown run by their star halfback, not a lot that's gone right offensively. But good news is they get the ball first to start the second half. Remember, they kicked.
They do, and there's 2 philosophies, right? You could just kind of run out the clock and make some adjustments, come back out, or you can try and press your case here in 40 seconds and 3 timeouts, see what you can do.
As we have a flag down,
Wow.
we'll have to check the penalty as the clock stopped with 41 seconds left. We'll do a little bit of housekeeping here on the flag. Oh, we have a personal foul face mask on the return team. So that helps out Sioux Falls a little bit.
What do you know?
Brandon Williams, the reserve tight end. We've seen him in the game quite a few times already.
Well, let's see which option Sioux Falls Brain Trust is going to pick here, Colin.
To give you an idea of just how lopsided the TOP has been this half, this is Sioux Falls' 15th offensive play of the first half.
Oh, my.
And it's a pass out to Colin Hart, and Hart will get run down at the 46.
Hey, real quick, I want to tell everybody about Sector 6. Sector 6 is the official apparel provider of the Simulation Football League. Visit sector6apparel.com or our website at simulationfl.net for replica team jerseys and completely customized jackets, flags, t-shirts, and more that help each team stand out from their opponents. Get the gear the fans wear with Sector 6 in the SFL. We got our SFL flag from Sector 6 that we always bring with us and put it in the booth. It's awesome.
Here's Tyree, has to step up, hit as he throws. This ball is in the air and nearly intercepted, but it hits the ground. Incomplete pass intended for Gunnar Lewis.
Speaking of the last thing Sioux Falls wants, now they want to give the ball back to Tulsa with a few ticks left and put them in scoring position. Well, Sioux Falls chose well. They're trying to score, in my opinion.
3rd and 5 on their own 46. They have 2 timeouts to work. Tyree fires over the middle, pass caught by Terrazas. Here we go at the hurry up as the clock now approaches under 25 to go.
The tight end takes his sweet time.
Tyree going deep. He
Ow!
has a man open. It's 4 and down to the 6, and they call a timeout with 14 seconds left.
There we go. There we go.
Barrow's not going to go quietly into the locker room down by 10. They're trying to cut it to at least a 7-point deficit here with 3 points at a minimum.
They're trying to do your favorite thing, Colin, do the double up. Score at the end of the half and then get the ball back to start the second.
Take advantage of the corner blitz by the Desperados. And
with that play, the Rick Meter staff is back up paying attention, cracking open fresh Mountain Dews. And they're just going to kick the field goal here, Colin. Curious with 1 timeout and 14 seconds. Seems like they would have time for one more play from scrimmage.
But they dig the sure 3 points. Good from 23. And that'll make it a 17-10 game.
Well, now Tulsa has 11 seconds and a timeout.
And one of the most dangerous return men in history of the Simulation Football League. A long time ago, I called him the Devin Esther of the SFL. It's Gabriel Manning. Chad is going off with some questionable play clock management there.
And rightly so.
Manning downs this in the end zone. There's 10 seconds left on the clock. I imagine Tulsa's just going to want to
Yes.
down this one and go into the locker room up 7.
They're in a formation that indicates they're running a play.
Here's to get the Suns, though, up the middle. And they pick up 2. And as you look at the numbers, Robinson is out rushing Hart 77-71. That's the end of the first half. As we take a look at the halftime stats, you can see the numbers clearly favor the Desperados, but as well as TOP. But that one turnover standing out. What was even more notable about that one turnover is they were unable, Sioux Falls was, to take advantage of it. We take a look at our stats here. JQ performing really well. So is that guy for Sioux Falls, Colin Hart. Gabriel Manning with 69 receiving yards. Hart with 71 rushing yards, 63 coming on that long run. Suns are one of 2 rushing touchdowns of the day. He's up to 78 yards. Hart has only 4 carries. Retained most of his yardage. Tyree had that deep pass down the field to Warren. 37 to set up the field goal at the end of the half. Sparrows will receive the ball coming out of the locker room here at Greenwood District Stadium in Tulsa, Oklahoma, of course. Desperados looking to pull off a win in front of their home crowd. They beat Portland here at home. Sioux Falls is trying to prove they can win anywhere. Who knows? Maybe if they go to 0-5, maybe they'll ask for a neutral site, because to borrow a quote from John McKay, they've proven now that they can't win at home and they can't win on the road.
Yeah, we'll see. You know, game's not over, and it's only a 1-score game. After it looked kind of like all Tulsa in the first half.
Return by Levy is up to the 21. And Julian Tyree only 8 completions for 77 yards. No touchdowns. Concerning, yes, but more positive. He hasn't thrown the ball over to the other team. So,
you know, of some concern for Tulsa is Sioux Falls offense managed to grind out some yards pretty quickly there, right at the end of the half. Let's see how if they can capitalize or build on that here.
Oh, Hart trying to sweep follow the pulling guard, but instead he loses 2 yards. DJ Majesty says, "No way, Jose."
The building project got a little bit of a setback there.
There's Majesty. He had a interception return for a touchdown. Made top 10 plays of a couple weeks ago, and Hart has to break his way out of traffic, manages to pick up yardage to the 22. That's his 6th carry. Figured they got to get him more involved.
That was tough sledding there for Hart. I think the Sioux Falls line might need to get their act a little more together here, Colin.
Here is Tyree under center. Back to throw, fires over the middle, slant, caught. First down to the 35 is Warren, his 2nd catch of the game, and Julian's starting to heat up a little bit. Tyree now up to 90 yards on 9 completions. This pass is also caught by Gunnar Lewis to the 46.
That's the first down.
Pick up about 11. Tyree's starting to heat up now. His quarterback rating up to 91.7.
Not bad. You know, and just focus on moving the sticks if you're Sioux Falls right now.
Here's Hart again on the carry. Colin Hart has room. Picks up 3 yards.
3.
Almost forgot my counting.
Countings. All those plus 'em ups and take 'em aways.
Gotta love the Sparrows' side stripes. They almost look like bird feathers. Nice touch along with the striped socks.
Yeah, I love the yellow and black, the neon-y yellow and black socks.
This run gets him up to the 50, and you see the numbers for Hart. The average has come down to 9.4. It was at 17.1.
Right.
Al Dillapre Sr. doesn't have so much as a target yet. This guy has been quiet as it's been more of the A.J. Warren, Gunnar Lewis show. 3rd and 6 with 3 tight ends. They run hard and he picks up the first down and more. He has room down to the 30. Man, if Torres wasn't there to make the tackle, Hart still might be going.
Yeah, and watch the eventual tackle. Shows you why Hart's so dangerous. He darn near rolls him over and maybe breaks it right. Oh, just a moment away from staying on his feet.
The ball is at the 30. Sioux Falls, that's only their 6th first down of the game. This will be play number 27. As the throw goes out to Hart. Hart has one man to beat. That's Majesty. He picks up 9.5.
2nd and inches. Well, there's a lot of those almost made a first down plays so far.
There's Majesty up at the line of scrimmage, and SFL veteran of many seasons. Here's to get to Hart. He lost the yard. That's Espen Real, number 99, in on the tackle. Spent his first 3 years in the league with the Chicago Wildcats before following Deion Hawkins here to Tulsa, where he spent the last 7. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
Been a great player for a long time for this franchise.
Split backs. Tyree under center. He'll throw for it to Hart.
Oh, no.
And he won't get there.
Oh.
I thought he was going to get there, but Torres had other ideas.
I could have told you as soon as they ran the swing pass. It was dicey. Dicey.
Oh. I thought the field goal unit was coming on the field, but it looks like the offense is staying out there for the moment.
Interesting. They're going to the ritual burning of the timeout, Colin. And in the second half, they're so valuable. I'm not seeing it. They're going to kick the field goal anyway.
Hart has been involved in the last 6 offensive plays. His timeout is now called with 6:06 to go in the 3rd quarter. Jacob Clear keeping it crystal clear, all these little facts and figures. And
we appreciate very much Jacob on the stats. It's a great way to be involved in the league. Side plug. Working the stats, helping make the production so strong. Thank you, Jacob.
got a hold of backup quarterback Willie Beeman, left-footed kicker. It could be. It might be. It is good from 37. And the Sparrows.
All right.
Cut
the deficit to 4. I'm sorry. I was finishing your sentence, Colin.
6:02 to go in the 3rd. It's now a 17-13 game. And if you betted the under in this ball game, you're
thinking you might be okay, right?
it might be okay. You might be in the green.
Yeah, sitting at 30 total. With 6:02 to go in the third, here's the kick.
It's deep. So Manning. From his 3, gets it up to the 27.
It's also seen enough of the Sparrows offense, and they want to go down and match those 2 field goals with something better. And if Tulsa thought they were just going to kind of coast, they got another thing coming.
Yeah, ever since it was 17-7, the Sparrows had scored the last 6 points or so.
Yeah,
of this
exactly. Yeah, 2 field goals.
1-yard pickup by Robinson, tackle made by Nick Fargo. JQ. I mean, this guy has been performing really well. He's 22 of 25 for 168 yards. He's back. Pass again. Oh, and this one is dropped. The rookie tight end, Jason France, could not hang on to the ball.
Oh, Jason France is in the chat talking about how they don't coast and they play ball. And they do. My comment was more about the mix of run-pass to shorten the game a little bit, but Tulsa clearly needs to score.
Q in the empty shotgun, 5 wide, changes the play. He's back to throw. Out cut to Jones, who turns upfield and gets just enough for the first down. Tackled out of bounds by A.J. Levy. Who now has 8 tackles.
In the game already?
8 solo tackles along.
Wow.
Or no, that's his 4th assisted tackle. He's 7 solo.
Gee. Emerging potential player of the game. Depending on the outcome.
JQ under center, turns, gets to Robinson. Alonzo Robinson, and one breaks the tackle. Alonzo Robinson down the field 30, breaks another tackle 20, and almost broke another one as he's finally wrapped up at the 10-yard line. What a run by Sanzo, his best of the day. That was a 25-yarder, and that now puts him over 100. He's on 104.
That puts Tulsa in position to add to their lead. At least a field goal to make it a 1-touchdown score lead, but they'd like to put this puppy in the end zone. They're changing the play. Look at me, call. Check with me, and there it is.
And Robinson again gets down to the 5 before his clock gets cleaned by Ringgold.
JQ gets the play in from the sidelines, and apparently it wasn't a Sanzo Robinson handoff. Changes it. Says, this seems to work pretty well down here. And dials it up. Why not? Clock's moving, 2nd and 2.
3 men in the backfield. Robinson, he's been getting his Wheaties to death. No, that's the backup, number 26. King Jack Washington almost scores.
A little trickeration there on that play, Colin, as they sent 2 of the 3 backs into the left side of the line. Don't hand it to Robinson, who goes to the right side and nearly scores it.
King Jack Washington is still in. JQ changes to play.
King Jack, hats off to his mom and dad for that.
Washington gets the carry. Scores. Touchdown. Tulsa.
Got it. Nicely done.
And the crowd here at Greenwood District Stadium is on their feet.
And the trickeration continues as nobody expected Washington to carry it a second time. And the Sparrow Sea gets parted just long enough to break, you know what? The plane. He broke the plane, boss.
So the Desperados have a 7-play, 69-yard drive and a 1-yard rushing touchdown by not Sonso Robinson. As that extra point is up and good, it's now an 11-point game. And Sioux Falls is now staring at a 2-score deficit.
And this broadcaster has to congratulate the coaching staff for that great tactical use of King Jack Washington down in the goal line.
Sonso Robinson, he now has 25 carries, 132 yards, according to Jacob Clear. The Desperados hold on to win this game. There's still plenty of it to go. He's my front runner for player of the game.
Is he now? Yeah, I don't know that you could argue too much with that one. So it's an 11-point deficit. Sioux Falls offense has shown some ability, but they've yet to, other than the one long run, really put together anything that's been impressive.
Here's Colin Hart. He's trying to impress you as he gets out to the 40-yard line. Torres saves what could have been a touchdown. As you see the numbers for Hart, he's now up to 123.
Impress you, impress me. As, a man of mystery. Why my total brain cramp?
Austin Powers.
Austin Powers would say, with a hat tip to Austin Powers. Impress you, impress me. This is an ancient man of mystery. What the heck?
Colin Hart on just 11 carries has 116 yards and a touchdown to his name. He gets another pass out of the backfield, but this time he's stopped in the line of scrimmage by Nate Hetzlop.
Okay, Sioux Falls, do us a favor, stop that.
It's like every time people see Denver like licking the bed and they tell them to stop. As Colin
there
Hart,
we go.
The middle picks up a first down to the 50.
That's what we needed.
Torres and Hart getting chippy there. Hart may have felt the rookie hit him a little bit late. Let's see.
I don't think so.
Those guys have crossed paths a lot today. For Torres, he has 7 solo tackles. That leads his team. And Colin Hart with another carry. And this time he gets 3 yards first try. Ricky Thornton again there to bring him down. 2nd and 7 on the Tulsa 46.
To the left. Back in for protection. No, to carry the ball.
And he lost the yard. We get the final score of Fort Worth and Houston, 16-7.
The winner being
Fort Worth.
Just here to help.
Here's Tyree to Warren. He's good for the first down.
Nice play and a chunk play that wasn't Colin Hart. Running.
Julian Tyree gets it out of his hands. Bam!
It's a healthy play for the life of the Sioux Falls offense in this game.
128 yards on 14 of 18 passing is Tyree.
As it gives them a little option, besides Colin Hart, to crank out some yardage.
Tyree deep down the field. Oh, it's dropped.
He's looking at his hands.
Dropped by number 85 for the Sioux Falls Sparrows.
Los Manos, why you fail me? Oh.
The receiver running down the field.
Just disappointing in so many ways. All right, here we go again. 2nd and 10.
Clock stopped at 13 seconds. I'd like to welcome you, those of you who are watching Fort Worth defeat Houston 16-7. In this game right here, it's been entertaining from the word jump as the Tulsa Desperados are in front 24-13 over Sioux Falls. That'll be the last play of the quarter. You're watching the Simulation Football League on Twitch. I'm Colin Northup. He's Rick Northup. Jacob Clear is our statistician. Keep it right here, folks. We're approaching the fourth quarter. You won't want to miss it. Third and 10 as we start the fourth and final period. Sioux Falls down 11. You need a first down. Well, no, instead they get an interception. It's Cameron Shaw. He's down the field. He's got a blocker, but we have a flag down on the play. We got to check the flag first. The Shaw returns this one all the way for a 6-point play. I have a feeling, though, this might be coming back. And it is. We have pass interference on Torres. No, that's Ricky Thornton, rather.
Oh, yeah. The penalty negates that nice pick six. Sioux Falls breathes a sigh of relief. Colin, you were talking about, people joining us and keeping up. Keep up with the SFL and its teams on social media at Simulationfl. Follow and subscribe to all the channels, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Twitch and TikTok. From teams to podcasters, final scores and major highlights. SFL Social has you covered. There's Espen Riel on the tackle.
As that was Charlemagne Cornelius' first carry of this ball game. So they cross him up and go into fullback. Able to take advantage of a Tulsa defense who thought they got a pick six, only to have it wiped off the board. Here's Kyle Hart on the carry. Now there's a flag. Another flag. So after being relatively penalty free, we've had
a few here in the second half. By the way, nice to call Charlemagne the Holy Roman Emperor's name.
Now we have an offensive holding call on one of the reserve tight ends, Miles Portis. Got a fistful of his man back there. Can't do that.
Well, when you're in the process of getting beat, it's just human nature. Just trying to do your job.
It sets him up at a 2nd and 13. Tyree in the gun.
Tulsa anticipating pass. They're going to get it.
Pressure coming from Andrews, and this nice pass complete to Warren.
Wow.
Will gain all but 2 of those yards back.
Nice little ballerina move there for the big man. I don't know if you got a stat on his height and weight over there, but
well, he is fairly he's well built for a receiver. He's 6'1", 210.
Yeah, your prototypical receiver, I suppose. Nice job.
3rd and 2, here's to get to Hart.
Uh-oh.
He fights his way into traffic and he scores without so much as a soul touching him. And now it's a 5-point game pending the extra point, 24-19.
He gets his own little opportunity to sashay his way into the end zone and breaks the plane.
Dusty Wilson, the offensive guard from Texas, threw a great block there and to spring his tailback free. It's a 13-play, 80-yard drive, a 14-yard touchdown run by Colin Hart. And it's a strange feeling, Rick. None of these teams have thrown the ball for a passing touchdown.
Oh, yeah.
Today. They've all been earth-based.
Earth-based. No orbital scoring. No atmospheric scoring. That extra point's good. Let's not lose track of that, Collins. 24-20.
With 8:55 to go.
The Rick meter is still leaning Tulsa, but the staff is very nervous about that call, and they're scribbling furiously on their yellow pads, and they're using their Bomar brain calculators.
Coach Craven of the Lone Star Glory, Brian Craven in the chat, he says handstand after that last touchdown. Gabriel Manning downs it in the end zone. There's a look at Sonzo Robinson's numbers, up over 100 yards today. 5.4 yards a carry, 25 carries. Fullback in the backfield is Royal Hawkins, as Sonzo will pick up 9 yards on the swing.
That was a throw to a back out of the backfield by definition. One of my favorites. Welcome, Doug Day. D-Day. Doug D-Day into the chat. I'm not sure what 1 hour and done means, but it was 2 exclamation points on that, so I'm going to assume that's good.
2nd down and 1. Manning is in the slot. He's pass coverage against the corner. Instead, it'll be a Sonzo Robinson handoff. And Doug, he clarifies. He says that he's at work for 1 more hour.
Oh, man, I hope you got the boss button on your computer or your phone. Yep. Oh, selling 1 more hour to the man, and then you're on your way for a SATURDAY
night. As Robinson fires it up, Q fires it up to Hume. So used to saying Sonzo Robinson's name. It's been a while since we called the pass. This is Jake Hugh completing to DJ Hume for a 1st down.
Ace Fennick having a beverage for Doug. You know, that's the great thing about the SFL community. People will do whatever it takes. I mean, how much more can Ace give? But yet he's ready. He's ready to take one for the team.
Yeah, he's ready to help out his coach. That's the quarterback for Star Glory. For the uninitiated, it's Jason France with a nice spinning catch. Gets into Sioux Falls territory to 40. Don't look now, but these desperados are on the move trying to put this away.
Yeah, we may or may not have some Shiner Bach icing down in the cooler for our post-game fun.
Standard pro formation, 3 wide receivers. DJ Hume out to the top by himself. Here's to get to Sonzo Robinson. He's stopped at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
And the other Doug has 3 more hours.
Ooh.
Yeah. Stay tough. Stay strong. Stay strong. I recommend continuous streaming of SFL games to get you to quitting time.
Jason France says, save.
Shiner. Yeah.
Save 2.
You know what we didn't get? We didn't get any Shiner Christmas sale back home in Ann Arbor this year, which I really miss. It's good stuff.
Sonzo Robinson catches that swing pass out of the backfield. And for Sonzo, he's been busy on the air game, too. That's his 7th grab. As Jake Hughes completed 28 of 32 for 222 yards.
This is the Sonzo offense, isn't it?
Here's the throw.
Nice D.
Knocked away. John Barnhart, the veteran cornerback, got in front of the pass and swatted away like it was nothing.
He
checked that was Barrett,
the
nickelback.
Yeah, he was all over that, and he knew the route, and he knew if that ball was coming, it was going to come right now, and he looks for it before the receiver swats it away.
Pass intended for Corey Jones. And they're not willing to trot Dorgan out for the field goal attempt. This will be a punt.
Interesting. Making me nervous if I'm Tulsa giving the ball back to Sioux Falls.
This punt looks like it angled toward the sideline. Levy will call a fair catch at his own 16-yard line. I see Guy Clausen in the chat, the Mighty Joe Young, 1988. Welcome in, Guy.
As they've been, Tulsa's been outscored, what, 13-7 so far in the second half? Am I right? Check my math on that. This is gut check time for the Desperados.
Here's the give to Hart. Hart swinging wide. Can't break out of the tackle of Cameron Shaw. This cornerback, his second-year cornerback. That's his third solo tackle of the day.
Hey, Mighty Joe Young. Thanks for the shout-out. Collins Bud. You go by Bud sometimes. Who calls you Bud all the time? Somebody does. Good. What's up?
As Hart is tackling back to Velasquez.
Watching the game, not having a Bud.
Tackled for a loss of 1, 3rd and 11.
Hey, Doogie, get the phone.
We have an empty backfield to set up a 3rd and 11.
What's up?
Throw over the middle, one-handed catch by Terrasis, but it'll still be 2 yards short of the stick.
Oh, no.
They run the all slants.
Well, the Tulsa gamble is going to pay off, Colin, as the defense holds serve. Is going to force a punt here. Very unlikely that Sioux Falls at this point in the game is into 4-down territory. On their own 24, the minus 24.
And Torres, he's been fairly active today. His defense has been playing a big role, and now it's up to the offense to try and make a stop here.
Ace Fennick trying to curry favor with your favorite broadcast team. Thank you very much. Flattery will get you everywhere. We just have a good time. Appreciate the opportunity the SFL gives us to all listen to Colin call a great game.
Here's a get to Sonzo Robinson. He only picks up 1 yard, but at least that starts the clock moving.
So this is the drive to rule them all, Colin, in the game. If Tulsa can maintain possession, they've got the opportunity to wrap this puppy up.
Clock now ticking under 4 minutes.
Ooh, did Jason score today? Can't wait to hear about that.
He has not scored, but he has 2 grabs for 30 yards. So talk about making an impact. The Sonzo Robinson picks up 1 more yard. Nick Fargo makes a crunching tackle.
There's a request for an autographed picture of the Rick meter. I'll let everybody know, if you go on eBay or whatever and you see some Rick meter paraphernalia, there's no official licensed gear by the Rick meter. You're getting ripped off if you buy something like that. So
yeah,
just be careful.
They're marketing it as fraudulent, trying to rip people off. JQ, oh! That throw was complete, but it's out of bounds and short.
Speaking of ripping people off, the Tulsa fans are not happy about purposely throwing short of the sticks on an out route. Oh my gosh. 4th and 5. This was the drive to win it all, to rule them all.
What can you do with the ball in the lead?
If you've got the lead and the ball late in the 4th quarter, you should win the game. And if you can't possess it, maybe you don't deserve to win. And Sioux Falls is going to try and push that point.
Levy returns it up to the 31.
Just down by 4. 3 minutes to go. 2 timeouts. We saw them get in field goal range at the end of the first half. They're going to have to put this one in the end zone, but they've got a lot more time. Of course, they could have put that one in the end zone with 14 seconds kicking the field goal with 14 seconds to go on the 15 or 10, whatever it was.
And they had one timeout left, too, and strangely elected to go for the 3 points. They go for the big ball here. It's intercepted by Cameron Shaw as he catches it and returns it up to the 37. So Tyree, who has not made a mistake all game long, picks the worst time to throw an interception.
Well, the defense bails out the offensive play calling and gives them another shot to rule the world. 3:01 left. And they're on the plus side of the field. It's desperate times now for Sioux Falls. They need not only a stop, but really a turnover.
Sons of Robinson breaks a tackle. Keeps his arm around the ball, picks up 4 yards. He's up to 142 yards, 4.7 yards a carry.
For Sioux Falls, the worst case scenario that can happen and they can still have a chance is to hold them to a field goal at this point.
2nd and 6. 3 men in the backfield.
Did you like the snooty way I pronounced scenario? Don't know why I did that.
Robinson again on the carry. And Fuentes brings him down. He's now approaching 30 carries. That was carry number 29. Set up a 3rd and 4.
20. How many plays have they run, I wonder?
Well,
funny you should ask, color man.
They've run 69 offensive plays. This will be play number 7.
Robinson has 29 carries and 69 plays.
As we reach the 2-minute warning to set up a 3rd and 4. You're watching the Simulation Football League on Twitch. Don't go anywhere. Final 2 minutes of this game. Desperados in front by 4, 24-20.
Oh, this just in, the Pistons, the going to work Pistons called, and they want Sanzo on the team with Ben Wallace, and Rip, and Chauncey Billups.
Why do they want him on the team?
Because he knows how to go to work.
He gets the carry on 3rd and 4.
Ooh.
And Sioux Falls will be forced to burn their 2nd timeout. Remember, they burned one early in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, for nothing.
Trying to draw him off sides. And here, out comes Judah Dorgan. He's already made 1 field goal from 34 yards.
There's your free life advice, right? You want to, if you pay money for something, you want to get value. If you incur a cost, you want to get value, and they blew that. They paid for that timeout for nothing.
Ball spotted at about the 35. High snap. This kick might be, is good from 45 yards. Judah Dorgan nails it.
All right. Well, the worst case scenario that still allows them to have a chance has happened, Colin.
As the backup quarterback, Young, had to handle that high snap.
Is it related to the mighty Joe Young?
I don't believe it's the same person.
Maybe they're related, though. Okay. Everybody's here in Tulsa, Collins, holding their breath. By the way, cruised through Tulsa this summer on my summer vacation. Pretty sweet.
Levy on the return from the 3-yard line, spins up the middle, gets to the 30, clock stopped with 1:46 left.
A lot of effort. He's pleased with himself, too. If he can win the game on one play, he's going to. At this point, tie the game on one play.
When you had an opportunity to drive through Tulsa, what did you see? For those who may be wondering.
It's a nice town. It's really nice. It's very pretty, and the weather was great. Actually, it was September when we cruised through Tulsa. A lot of nice people there.
Pass over the middle, trying to get a Warren knocked away by Espen Real.
Okay. Eric Clapton's on the phone. He wants to know if anybody's living on Tulsa time. Well, Tulsa's got a minute 43 from victory, but they've got to hold the Sioux Falls offense. He's looking.
Tyree knocked away. That was Torres.
Dangerous little volleyball set of that pass.
Torres knocked that away.
Nobody around to grab it for Tulsa. So 3rd and 10, minute 39, Colin.
Here's Tyree under center. They need 10 yards. Will they get it here? They're going slants over the middle in traffic, and I think that was Dilpree Sr., his first time at the target all day, and that one is incomplete. Clock stopped with a minute 36, 4th and 10.
10 yards and play on, or 9 yards and go home.
Again, they line up in the empty backfield.
$50 says you slice it.
Here's Tyree. Over the middle, incomplete as the throw is knocked away. Pass intended for Warren. Cameron Shaw was in the neighborhood.
Ooh.
Knocked that away.
Yeah, nice defense. And the ball falls harmlessly to the turf, and with it, Sioux Falls' opportunity to complete the comeback.
And the champions runner-up last year will be staring squarely in the face. No wins through 5 weeks. Absolutely stunning.
Very surprising storyline, as they say in the business. Look at me sounding all professional. So yeah, Sioux Falls, just so many surprising things happening in the season, Colin, and shameless plug for the Gladiators, who are on deck for a game later this evening at 4-0. Sioux Falls about to go to 0-5. Tulsa will improve to 2-3, and they've got to feel good, Colin, about their offense and its productivity here in this game.
What the Desperados. They've now won 2 consecutive games, pulling off what some might call, based on prior reputation, an upset. But these Desperados show them that they're here. They're not here to mess around, folks. They are serious players in their division. One last kneel down by Q, and that should just about do it.
And with that, the Rick meter issues its final reading. It's full on Tulsa. Full Tulsa. Going out on a limb are the Rick meter staff today.
And they're going to try Judah Dorgan with a field goal to put a bow into this one. Kick is on the way. Could be. It might be. It's no good. And that's the first miss of the season for Judah Dorgan. He was perfect up to that point. And they're trying to put a bow on it. And the streak is broken.
Judah Dorgan's going to be mad at the coaching staff. Why?
Ball is placed on the Sparrow 41.
Why don't we just run the ball and run out the clock?
And we'll try a Hail Mary attempt. Tyree down the field, knocked away. Still 4 seconds on the clock.
Oh, no. And Desperados have given Sioux Falls a chance.
Clock stopped with 4 seconds left.
Watch him stick it in the end zone here. Stick it in the ear of the Tulsa Brain Trust. Oh, no.
Here's Tyree. Back to throw. Has all kinds of time. Rainbows it all the way
It's in the
down.
end.
Knocked away. Tulsa hangs on to win by 7, 27-20. And Rick, as we take a look at the post-game statistics, what stands out to you?
Time of possession. Look at that. Look at that. Fairly comparable total yardage. And even on the turnovers column. And hats off to Tulsa for making this a needlessly exciting game on the last play.
For Sonzo Robinson, he finishes with 31 carries for 147 yards. Colin Hart finishes with 18 carries for 139 yards, 2 touchdowns. Sonzo Robinson also had 2 touchdowns on the ground. Judah Dorgan misses his first field goal of the season.
Fixated on Tulsa being focused on keeping the clock moving after Sioux Falls burned their last time out, Colin, after the first down play.
Julian Tyree finishes 26 of 16 for 148, but he threw the interception late when his team was driving to try and make it a contest. JQ 34-29 for 225. He threw a pick. The leading receiver was Gabriel Manning, 10 grabs for 66 yards. Sonzo Robinson also had 7 grabs for 31 yards. The tackler for the Desperados was Jorge Torres.
All right.
With 7
Here's
solo tackles.
Here's your
Player
clear of the game.
It's Sonzo Robinson.
Knock me over with a feather.
147 yards and 32 carries, 2 touchdowns, also 14 receiving yards.
One of the better performances we've seen so far this season, Colin.
Well, for those of us at the Simulation Football League, I'm Colin Northup. He's Rick Northup. Jacob Clear is our statistician. Cameron Irvine, executive producer. Thank you all for watching today's game, and enjoy the rest of your